this chair. Start our meeting. Not anyone in particular. No, no. I kind of thought it after I said it, too. I need a better figure of speech.
You're here. I'm here, yeah.
All right. I am going to call our Tuesday, May 17th Common Council meeting to order. Megan, will you please take the roll?
Davis.
Here.
Lampy.
Here.
Ritt.
Here.
Bart.
Here.
Licht.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Schmidt.
Here.
Wetzel.
Here.
Romline.
Here.
Very good. And please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Like allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. The first item on our agenda is the minutes of the council meeting from May 3rd. Does anyone have any comments or questions on those minutes?
This conference will now be recorded.
All right, seeing none, let's move then to comments and suggestions from citizens present. We do have a public hearing this evening, so if you're here to comment on the public hearing, just hold on for one more agenda item. Otherwise, if you'd like to comment, you can come up to the microphone by Alderperson Davis and state your name and address. And we don't have anyone remote. So let's go to that public hearing. The public hearing is to amend Section 550-141, 550-152 G2, 550-152H6 to consider the request of Jesus Garcia and Milena Balderas Alvarado for a planned unit development. Jesus Garcia and Milena Balderas Alvarado are proposing to develop a shed for indoor maintenance service. In conjunction with this development, they are also proposing to develop a single-family residential land use. So I'll call that public hearing to order. If anyone would like to comment, you can come to the microphone by Alderperson Davis. All right, we'll close that public hearing. Let's go to reports. You all have the Plan Commission from April 25th, Public Works from May 10th, Public Safety and Welfare from March 2nd and May 4th, the Housing Authority of March 17th, and Tourism from April 14th. Comments or questions on any of those minutes? All right, we have no old business. Let's go to communications and recommendations. The first thing that you have is a committee appointment that I would look for your approval on. I need a motion on this one. Thank you. Motion by Licht, second by Bartz. Any questions on the Zoning Board of Appeals appointee? All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, our next item is a Main Street Program update. I'll invite up Ms. Lampy.
Good evening. My name is Melissa Lampy. I'm the Executive Director of the Watertown Main Street Program, and our office is located at 519 East Main Street. So it's been a very busy spring thus far for the Main Street Program. We hosted a very successful wine and whiskey walk on May 7th in cooperation with the Watertown Area Chamber of Commerce. And we're also busy planning for our next downtown walk, which is the Craft Beer Walk, set for July 21st. We're putting final touches on plans for our second annual Community Celebration and Vendor Fair. This event is also in cooperation with the Chamber and Watertown Tourism. It will take place on Saturday, June 25th, and this is where Main Street will be closed from 1st Street to 7th Street. It will be lined with over 100 vendors, so we'll have that excitement downtown, plus classic cars, horse-drawn wagon rides, and then our businesses downtown will also be offering specials, and there'll just be a lot of activity downtown, a great way to celebrate summer and do some local shopping. We're also planning for sidewalk sales, which will take place on Saturday, July 16th throughout downtown Watertown. And as many of you know, the Watertown Main Street Program also administers the Watertown Farmers Market, which takes place every Tuesday at Riverside Park. And that opened on May 3rd in the pouring rain. And then last week was very hot, and today was perfect. So it was a lovely day. So in addition to our events, last Friday, a team of volunteers planted the 66 hanging flower baskets that will line Main Street, and those will go out shortly. And then we'll also be planting the 11 ground level planters once we're certain there's no more frost. In addition, the beautiful Art on Main banners will be debuting before Memorial Day. And of course, these are the hand-painted custom banners that hang downtown all summer, and then we'll auction them off in September. The Main Street Program has been very busy working on facade grant projects. We are working with 16 different businesses, whether it's a facade or a sign grant, and we'll be spreading $28,500 over those projects and grants. And of course, then that money is all raised through our many events throughout the year. So we're hoping that with all those projects on tap, it will be another season of lifts downtown. Thank you.
Very good. Thanks, Melissa. All right, the next item is the Fire Department April monthly summary. This is something that's just going to appear in your packet each month. If you have questions, Deputy Chief Rauterberg is here for us tonight. Anything that you're looking for that's not in there, we are happy to hear those requests as well. Mr. Wetzel?
One quick question. What is an MVC called?
Motor vehicle collision?
Thank you.
If that's the only acronym you had to ask about from the whole report,
As soon as you said it, I knew what it was.
you're doing good. Any other comments or questions on this? Alderperson Davis?
Would this be an appropriate place to get an update on like fentanyl crisis, drug abuse, what you're seeing? You do have a report on the Narcan and how many times that's administered, so that gives some insight. So I don't know if this is the appropriate place to put it, but it would be interesting to see where are we in the city of Watertown when it comes to that.
I can get you all that information if you'd like.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do look at the overdose numbers, like how many calls we have for that. So I kind of track it in a similar way. It might be nice to couple it potentially with some police data too, so we can take that back and see if it's something we can incorporate. Any other comments or questions? All right, then let's go to two different types of awards. Our first is going to be a Life Safety Award commendations, and then we're also going to have a Community Service Award commendation. I'm going to invite Deputy Chief Rauterberg up to the microphone, and while he's coming, I'm just going to share the names of those that we'll be honoring tonight. The first is Battalion Chief Chad Butler, Lieutenant Greg Wellick, Firefighter Paramedic Josh Brandt, Firefighter Paramedic Corey Schultz, Firefighter Paramedic Kyle Esmeyer, Firefighter Paramedic Alex Braunschweig, and EMT Advanced Student Brett Meents, and then we'll also be honoring Corey Schultz. So, Deputy Chief Rauterberg.
All right, well, first of all, thank you for allowing us to be here and honoring these great employees and the amazing job that they do. If you guys want to come up, and Mr. Hoffman, if you want to come up as well. On March 15th of this year, Engine 61 and Med 54 responded to a male who collapsed with shallow breathing. Upon arrival, units found the patient to be in cardiac arrest. Without hesitation, the crew provided life-saving care to the patient. While in the care of the firefighter paramedics, the patient regained the pulse. Because of the quick action, intervention, skills, and knowledge of the members, the patient made a full recovery. I want to acknowledge this excellent service that these crew members are giving and their unwavering dedication to the citizens of Watertown. So with that, I'll give them a certificate and an award merit that goes on their uniforms.
And then we'll sneak a picture too, so don't run away. And I'm just going to keep hiding behind you guys.
You're probably pretty close. Thank you, sir. You guys are almost exactly.
So let's take a picture with you and next to each other.
Do you have anything you want to say, Mr. Hoffman?
Don't mean to take up any time, but these are some of the greatest people this city's ever seen. To take the time that they have and the energy that they do to save my life, that's That says a lot to me. But I would like to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it, my children appreciate it, my family appreciates it. Thank you.
So now I want to honor firefighter paramedic Corey Schultz. He went out into the public and taught CPR classes out to different businesses and with the high school. I think it's fantastic. He's willing to share his knowledge, his skills and abilities to the community. As we know, and he's living proof of that, CPR saves lives. So the more people we can get taught and they can learn it, the better off the entire community is going to be. Corey, without hesitation said, "Hey, I'm willing to do this." That's a huge step, and he's making big leaps for the city with that. I want to acknowledge this excellent community service that firefighter paramedic Schultz is giving back to the community and his dedication to the city and citizens of Watertown.
It's a tough act to follow. Thanks for sharing those with us, and thank you to all of you guys for joining us this evening and for the incredible work you provide for our city. Less exciting, let's move on to new business, which we have none, and the accounts payable.
Madam Mayor, I move we pay all accounts payable.
Motion by Remline, second by Wetzel. Any comments or questions on the accounts? Megan?
Davis, or I'm sorry, Romline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampy. Ritten,
Abstain.
Bartz,
Aye.
Lick,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Aye.
Wetzel.
Aye.
Motion passed 8-1,
Okay,
or 8-0 with.
an abstention. Very good. All right, let's go to miscellaneous business. You all have the payroll summaries from April 20th to May 3rd, cash investment of April 30th, and the credit card purchases over $10,000 from April. Comments or questions on any of those? All right, let's go to licenses then. Our first is an application for a temporary Class B and temporary Class B license for the Friends of the Library. This is for their grand opening event on June 24th from 6:30 to 8:30. Yep.
I would move for the approval of the license.
Thank you.
For the library, please.
Motion by Smith, second by Bartz. Any questions on this one? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, let's go to our next, which is an application for a temporary Class B license for the Moose Lodge. This is for their car show on June 2nd from 4 to 9.
I'd move for adoption for the Class B license for the Moose Lodge, please.
Thank you. Motion by Smith,
I'll second that.
seconded by Ritten. Questions or comments on this one? All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Our next is an application for a temporary Class B license for the Elks Lodge. This is their mortgage burning event on June 26th from 12 to 6. It is exactly what it sounds like. They paid it off and they're burning the paper. I told them they don't need a burn permit. I hope that was right. Yep.
I would make a motion for the approval of this very special Class B license for the Elks Lodge.
Thank you. Motion by Smith, seconded by Bartz. Discussion on this one? All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, and our last one is an application for a temporary Class B license for the Main Street program. This is for their downtown Watertown Craft Beer Walk, and it is on July 21st from 5 to 8 p.m.
I'll make a motion to approve this temporary B license for Watertown Main Street program.
Thank you. Motion by Written, seconded by Bartz. Discussion on this one? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, let's go to ordinances then. Our first is ordinance 21-54. This is an attachment of real estate by boundary adjustment for the town of Emmett to the city of Watertown. This is here from me and the Plan Commission on its first reading.
Madam Mayor, I'll move for ordinance 2254.
Motion by Rumline, seconded by Davis. Comments, questions? Okay, Megan.
Rumline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampy. Written,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmid,
Aye.
Wetzel.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
All right, next is ordinance 22-55. This is to amend Chapter 550 of our zoning code through the creation of an accessory land use for non-residential accessory structures. This is also here from me and the Plan Commission on its first reading. Motion by Romline. Is there a second? Second by Bartz. Comments or questions?
Just a high-level overview of the changes here, please.
Currently, the city of Watertown only has a accessory land use of residential accessory structures such as garages and stuff like that. Over the years, I've noticed that there's been quite a few businesses that have needed garages for their businesses. So because there is no distinction for that type of land use in our code, they'd have to go through the group development process because it'd be considered a principal land use as well, which is a $500 conditional use permit, and it has to have public hearing and all this. This would then eliminate that and allow it by right in pretty much all the office, industrial, and commercial zoning districts.
This was a good heads up by Jacob. It was something that Plan Commission was approving nearly every time.
Yeah.
So why not then adjust the code to make it something that people can do by right versus having to apply into a permit? Any other questions? Thanks, Jacob.
You're welcome.
Megan?
Rumline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampy. Written,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmid,
Aye.
Wetzel.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
All right. We have a handful tonight of some, not quite yet, one more, and then we've got some parking adjustments. So one more before that is ordinance 22-56. This is to amend Chapter 532, our floodplain and shoreland wetland zoning through the removal and addition of language to Section 532-16A. This is here for me and the Plan Commission on the first reading.
I'll move.
Thank you. Motion by Wetzel, seconded by, not everybody at once, Mr. Licht. This is housekeeping. Is that correct, Jacob?
Correct.
Anyone have questions or comments on this one? All right, Megan.
Wetzel,
Aye.
Rumline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampy.
Aye.
Written,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmid.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
All right, let's go to ordinance 22-57. This is to amend section 500-6A, parent 4, parking limitations in the city. This is here from Alderman Smith and Public Safety and Welfare on the first reading.
I'd move for the adoption of proposed ordinance 22-57.
Thank you. Motion by Smith, seconded by Wetzel. Comments or questions on this one? Megan?
Smith,
Aye.
Schmid,
Aye.
Wetzel,
Aye.
Rumline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampy.
Aye.
Written,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
Thank you. Next is ordinance 22-58. This is again to amend section 500-6B, parent 2, parking limitations. This is here from Alderman Smith, Public Safety and Welfare on the first reading.
I'd move for adoption of proposed ordinance 22-58.
Thank you. Motion by Smith, seconded by Davis. Comments or questions? Megan?
Smith,
Aye.
Schmid,
Aye.
Wetzel,
Aye.
Rumline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampy.
Aye.
Written,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
Very good. Next is ordinance 22-59. This is to repeal and recreate a portion of section 500-8A, heavy truck routes in the city of Watertown. This is here from Alderman Smith and Public Safety and Welfare on the first reading.
Motion to approve?
Thank you. Motion by Licht, seconded by Bartz. Comments or questions on this one? Megan?
Licht,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Aye.
Wetzel,
Aye.
Romline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampy,
Aye.
Ritten,
Aye.
Bartz.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
Okay. Our last two ordinances before our resolutions is Ordinance 22-60. This is to repeal a portion of Section 500-9A, parking prohibited in specified places. Again, from Alderman Smith, Public Safety and Welfare, on the first reading.
I'd move for the adoption of proposed ordinance 22-60 on its first reading.
Thank you. Motion by Smith,
Second.
seconded by Davis. Little did everyone know, every single parking stall in the city is in our code. And so anytime we change parking, we have to remove it from our city code. So I didn't know that before I had this job. Any comments or questions on this one? Megan?
Smith,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Aye.
Wetzel,
Aye.
Romline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampy, Ritten,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
All right, and our last ordinances is 22-61. This is to create Section 500-6A, Parent 2, parking limitations. Again, from Alderman Smith, Public Safety and Welfare, on the first reading.
So moved.
Motion by Licht,
I'll second.
seconded by Ritten. Comments or questions on this one? Megan?
Licht,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Aye.
Wetzel,
Aye.
Romline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampy,
Aye.
Ritten,
Aye.
Bartz.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
All right, let's go to our resolutions then. The first is Exhibit 9386. This is a resolution to honor the retirement of Fire Chief Craig Biefeld. We have a motion.
I'll move to approve Exhibit 9386.
Motion by Ritten, second by Bartz. Mr. Ritten?
Whereas Craig Biefeld has served as an employee in the fire department of the city of Watertown since April 7th, 2000, and whereas Craig Biefeld has dedicated 22 years of his professional and 5 years of his paid on-call career to serving the citizens of the city of Watertown, and Craig Biefeld has served as Assistant Chief of the City of Watertown Fire Department from August 2008 to December 2018, and Chief of the Watertown Fire Department from December 2018 to June of this year, 2022. And Craig Biefeld has demonstrated integrity, knowledge, and professionalism in his work for the City of Watertown. And now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Watertown, Wisconsin, that the Common Council of the City of Watertown extends sincere gratitude to Chief Craig Biefeld for his years of public service and wishes him many happy and rewarding years of retirement.
So I'm going to invite Craig up, and then we will do a few comments, then we'll take a vote after that. You can come on this side. A little more casual this time than the last time I saw him for this purpose. I also don't know who gets two of these. I had to write 2 speeches for Craig. It was easy. So it is an honor to be here again, albeit this time with a much better voice than I had last time, to recognize Chief Biefeld and his incredible service to this community and really the communities all around us. We spent Craig's retirement ceremony hearing what his long list of academic achievements, the countless boards and committees he served on, his qualifications, his mentorship, and his sacrifices. I shared sentiment about who Craig is as a teammate and a colleague outside of being a firefighter. We heard from members of the legislature, from the Police and Fire Commission, from the local union, who are all saying the same thing, just with different words. Chief Biefeld has been a steady hand for this city, inside and outside of the fire department, for nearly 3 decades. He committed himself 29 years ago to the fire service and 27 years ago to this city. In those 27 years with the city, Craig has given his job, whether it was being paid on call, being a firefighter, paramedic, the assistant chief, or the chief, absolutely everything that he had. In those 29 years in the fire service, he has positively influenced and affected the mental and physical well-being of more people than we can count. In 1993, when I was just 8 years old, Craig walked and I say that because this is pretty incredible. Craig walked the halls of this building for the first time. His steps and impact grew, his reach got wider, and now 29 years later, I have the privilege of acknowledging, thanking, and commemorating the impact his career has made that started when I was just a kid. Craig has given all of his time and his talents in ways that some people never will. In fact, I don't know that many people can even imagine what it looks like. And Craig gave it time and time and time again with a deep sense of responsibility to this city. Chief Biefeld is the guy that goes above and beyond. He's the guy you want on your team for both the studiousness of his technical capacity and the kindness of his heart. And while it's difficult to picture serving this community without Craig, I've had a couple of weeks now, I'm getting slowly used to it. I'm confident that in part to what he has instilled in all of us, not just the fire department, that we will continue to grow and persevere. This plaque that's presented by the city council and I has a Condoleezza Rice quote on it, and I think it speaks to why all of us in this room are committed to what we do. There is no greater challenge and there is no greater honor than to be in public service. This couldn't be truer today than it was 29 years ago. There will be no chief like you, Craig. And on behalf of the Common Council and this community, I say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor McFarland. I just want to say to the citizens of Watertown, the elected officials, appointed officials, and all the departments of the city, thank you for your trust in me to be your fire chief for the last few years. It's been an honor to do so. I want to say to the members of the fire department, you are my extended family. I appreciate you and all that you have done. You have done great things and you continue to do those. And I want to say thank you to my family for all the support that you give me over these years. Without you, I would not have been able to achieve such things. A lot of sacrifices that you have given over the time there. I want to say thank you again. I appreciate you all.
I've got oath I told Craig to stay up here because I wanted to make sure that I could as well. If you guys know me, you know that I really enjoy planning ceremonies. Well, I don't know that I enjoy it, but I really overly plan them. And so in the comments that I was able to provide that day, I wasn't allowed to thank, well, not allowed because I organized it, but I didn't want to repeat what people were saying. But I did want to take an opportunity to thank Craig's wife, Chris, and his family. I honestly say it every time I meet a first responder's family for the first time, and I mean it every single time. I can't imagine being your families, and I can't imagine what you felt every time that he left for the day or every time his phone went off in the middle of the night and he needed to leave. And I know because I'm with him during some of these times, and I know I miss them. You know, there's parties, there's family dinners, there's things that we all miss in the evenings or meetings that go too long that I try to speed up and I wasn't always successful at. So I just think it's really important that as we honor Craig and all that he's deserving of, that we also honor his family and his friends that certainly gave of their time with Craig in order to serve this greater community. So Craig deserves a standing ovation, but I think his family deserves some applause too. I don't even know what year I said. All right. Well, I think this is nearly impossible that we've made it through this much of a council meeting. Are you guys on shift? And you haven't been called out, so congrats. It was going to happen anyway. It's going to I mean, normally it would have happened like 5 minutes into the meeting. Yeah, I know. Well, it doesn't happen often, but I think I've been here for a long time and I still do that. I haven't picked up on the jinxing yet, so. All right, well, let's see if we can finish this one with them still here. Not that you have to. If you want to go, please do. But our next resolution.
Take a roll
Oh, wait,
on
we
that
need
one.
to take the vote. Thank you. Would anyone else like to comment? Okay, let's take the roll.
Ritten,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Slick,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmidt,
Aye.
Wetzel,
Aye.
Romline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampy.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
Very good. Okay, let's go to our next, which is Exhibit 9387. This is a resolution to update the employee handbook for battalion chief comp time limit. This is here from me and the Finance Committee.
I move to approve Exhibit 9387.
Motion by Ritten, second by Wetzel. Comments or questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, very good. Let's go to our next, which is Exhibit 9388. This is a resolution to accept the bid for publication of our council proceedings and our city advertising and to designate our official city newspaper. This is here from me and the Finance Committee.
I'll move for 9380.
Motion by Wetzel, seconded by Davis. Comments or questions on this one? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, our next is Exhibit 9389. This is a resolution to amend the 2022 payroll resolution by adding a legal assistant. This is here from me and the Finance Committee.
I'll move to approve Exhibit 9389.
Motion by Ritten,
I'll second.
second by Davis. Comments or questions? Take the roll. All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, let's go to our next, which is Exhibit 9390. This is a resolution to approve the Myron Construction contract change orders for the library expansion and renovation project. This is here from me and the Finance Committee.
Madam Mayor, I'll move for 9389.
Thank you. Motion by Romline, seconded by Davis. Comments or questions on this one? Mr. Smith?
This is just obviously a housekeeping type of a resolution, but there are some rather large numbers here, and when they appear in the newspaper, it probably would be well for there to be some context, not only because of the amount, but also because of the numerous change orders dating back about a year and a half. So I know there's a context, and I think it would be helpful for the people of the community to know what that is.
Mr. Lampe?
I can address that for those who don't know. I've been library board president for about 5 years, and so rather familiar with these changes coming through. Inside the resolution that you have in front of you, you can see a little bit of a breakdown in terms of the funding sources and where they're coming from. So the contract price with Myron is listed there. As you can see, that there is the capped amount of funding from the city. It was the original promise, essentially from the library board. The city provided that capped level of funding of $4.2 million. And then everything above that, including the full expense of all the change orders that you have here, are coming through library funds. And so where you see the other library trust fund capital outlay, that specific reference in the resolution, that speaks directly to, that is coming from library funds above and beyond the fixed bonded amount that came from the city. So the individual resolutions, those came through in the library reports that you've been looking at for some time. This is essentially a housekeeping issue. Essentially, we've had a couple of changeovers over in the finance and clerk's area, but this is clearly something that needed to go through finance, up through council to approval, because this contract was approved by council, and these are change orders to a fairly large contract that was eventually approved by council.
Well, I appreciate the diligence of getting all of that straightened out, and appreciate the update that helps us to understand this. Also, just to verify that these change orders were actually paid over the course of time over the last year and a half as the 10 change orders came due. They were actually already paid. This was more of an accounting type of resolution.
I believe that's correct. Mark?
Yes, that's correct.
Any other comments, questions on this one? Megan?
Romline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampe,
Aye.
Ritten,
Aye.
Bartz,
Aye.
Licht,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmid,
Aye.
Wetzel.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
All right, and our last for this evening is Exhibit 9391. This is a resolution for the 2022 sidewalk repair area. Here from Alderman Wetzel and Public Works.
I'll move for 9391.
Thank you. Motion by Wetzel.
I'll second
Seconded by
this.
Ritten. Comments or questions on this one? Let's take the roll.
Wetzel,
Aye.
Romline,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Lampe,
Aye.
Ritten,
Aye.
Bart,
Aye.
Licht,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Schmid.
Aye.
Motion passed 9-0.
All right, we now have an opportunity for comments for citizens to comment if they'd like to. can come to the microphone. Seeing no one remotely.
Mayor
Would-
Carlin, there was somebody here, I don't know where they went to though. They had a petition they wanted to share with us, but I don't know where he went to though. For public comment.
Is there anyone in the hallway that you can see? Why don't we hand those to the clerk, please?
Is he still here or he's down?
He's just right here, but he was here. for
Thanks,
public
Steph.
hearing.
Sir, how many are there? Two? Are there two people up there, or is it the same person?
Tom.
Jesus was the first one.
Okay. I don't know that I see him here. All right, sir, would you please just state your name and address?
I'm Thomas Ratajczyk. I'm at 317 South Water Street, and I'm a resident there in the Senior Living Center. And I'm here basically to talk about the fish, the dead fish problem along the shore. This is an ongoing problem, it seems. And I came there, before I came here tonight, I counted 13 dead fish along the shore, not in the barrels or any place. So I'm just wondering if there's a solution to this problem, because the residents can't keep their windows open. It's putrid smell.
Okay.
And we're just starting, it's not even June yet.
We're not allowed to conversate back with you during this, but I'll pass this along to our Park and Rec Director. See if we can get those cleaned up and make sure that the rough fish containers are out. Does anyone know anything more? Not that we should comment anyway, but
Container is there.
it is there. Okay. All right.
So they're not using the barrels apparently when they're fishing. They leave them on the rocks. The barrels are at the south end.
Okay.
So they're not, it's on the way out, but it's too much trouble, I guess, to put them in the barrels. So if you move the barrels in the center, maybe that would help.
Okay.
But then you got to go down in there to get rid of them, to empty the barrels. So I don't know if that would work out. But it's a big concern because I do have 14 names, signatures on the petition. And so they are concerned.
Okay.
And most of them are on the west side of the river. In the past, I asked that we stop, prohibit fishing on that side of the river, but I guess that's not realistic.
Okay.
Although I think that'd be a good solution.
I'll check in with our Park and Rec Director and see what accommodations we can make, and if it continues to be a problem, just either reach out to me or to your alderperson, and then we'll see if there's any additional action we can take after that.
Appreciate if you could get them out of there tomorrow, too.
We'll do our best.
13, and those are just the ones I counted.
Okay.
Perhaps you could give your,
Thank you. Let's not, nope, we're good. We've got his contact information.
okay.
Okay. Anyone else that would like to comment from the public? And I don't see anyone online, so with that, I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
Madam Mayor, I move we adjourn.
Motion by Romline, second by Schmid. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.